Hello, and thanks for joining me again today for another session of Me Programming Daily. Today, my focus is going to be to translate this list of skewer blocks, that is really a tree, into a map, and also to create a function that positions skewer blocks. Today, we do this somewhere in the guts of this function and the functions that it calls. So I'm planning to extract it into a dedicated function. I'm not sure what it's going to be called yet. However, I hope you have your coffee ready or your drink of choice, and let's write some code. What am I doing wrong? There it is. Let's not make the function too general right now. This is only called once. We could use a dedicated type here to be returned, but for now I'm happy with this. Let's first make sure that it compiles. We can ignore these warnings for now. By the way, I hope everyone is having a nice day today. It looks like spring has finally arrived where I live. So I've been looking forward to that. Okay, so it does compile. You know what? Let's restore this type to lower the blast radius. We're only interested in function invocations that use change origin. Okay, perfect. And now the compiler is kind enough to tell me what I need, what I don't need. Builds. So now we can just reduce the returned type to a double. No, sorry. Not to double, but to a pair. And instead of render, we do let's call them positioned blocks. typo. Correct. This should be a list. We don't need these. So I think today I'll only focus on positioning these skewer blocks. Because it is proving to be quite complex. So now we can remove the double and simply return first. And now let's see if this works. So we definitely don't need change origin to be applied here. However, let's check all the other places where this is called. These are fine. This is fine, but okay. So we have the position function, which ideally should be called before the render function, so that the render function gets already positioned. It gets an already positioned list of skewer blocks. Let's see what happens. So first of all, let's run it. Main still renders everything. Okay. Okay, everything is intact. Now, what happens if I remove, let's leave it in this tab, and a new tab I'm going to experiment. Let's remove this function, change origin. from here. So what I'm doing now is I'm intentionally breaking the chart. I think this should all be mangled. All right, I can't just remove the function because it has its arguments, which I have not removed. So let's do this. Okay, now I'm expecting, so this is preserved. I'm not going to refresh this tab, but this type I'm going to refresh, and I'm expecting it to break. And it is broken. Beautiful. I mean, not beautiful, but, well, maybe somebody could find it beautiful. What I want to do is to call position before I call render. We call render here. So position skewer blocks is going to be called like so, position skewer blocks. And just to now I can change the type signature of render prime so that it no longer accepts this point, because I don't believe it needs it. No, it does. Yeah, for the connections. Okay, that's fine. So let's not change that. But instead of skewer blocks, we'll give it position skewer blocks with the same origin. And that should fix this diagram. And that should fix this diagram. So it looks like we've only changed origins of the skewer blocks residing in the main collection of skewer blocks here. We should repeat that for the entire tree. And that happens because the render function is probably already changing the origin. Let's see. Let's see, render fork. Let's open another tab. And in this tab, let's see what it used to look like completely broken. Yes, so nothing is positioned correctly except the title and end. Okay, so we're making progress. I think the trick is in the render somewhere. So fork. Question. Oh, so this is interesting. The L origin is not calculated in relation to the question origin, but in relation to the origin that we give it. That is very interesting. Let's see if we can fix this. Oh no. It is calculated based on the origin. Let's enable troubleshooting mode. And in the render function, let's also print out the origin. Just for an action, let's see how that works. Oh. All right. So we're getting somewhere. This is always placed in a very weird spot. -1, -1. Excuse me for a minute. Okay, I'm back. Now, it looks like these positions are not changing. Let's quickly revert to the old version. Oh no, let's use position skewer blocks. Let's see what happens. Okay. So it does work perfectly. Oh. It does work perfectly because I'm changing the origin. Sorry, let's change the font a little bit. Font. Okay. So these are fine. if I change to this, they aren't fine. Zero minus 8, 0 minus 8. So the main collection seems to be fine. 0 minus 1, 0 minus 1, okay. Are they all minus 1? Looks like it. Is that function not working? Position. No, it must be. Oh yeah, because it's not propagating through the tree. And what happens if we render a single action? Okay. Yes and no are rendered correctly in the main collection. Render connection, render connection. Sorry. Render L. Okay. So the L never changed its position. Okay, so we'll need to think how to fix that. I don't have a good idea how to fix that yet. It will have to come to me. But what seems to be the problem is that when we render, we go through the tree, through all the nodes recursively. But when we position, we only take care of the initial collection of skewer blocks. We don't propagate the changed position right through the tree. I'm sure I'll get it fixed. It's a little bit annoying that I just don't have the energy to do it today. I hope to fix it either tomorrow or during some upcoming sessions, but I'll need to think of a way how to do it reasonably intelligently. So I think it's a good moment to wrap the session up for today. So I thank you very much for joining me again today, and I hope you have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.